All right, I should be able to see, but nothing. Keep we're doing in the race for other people who he's down to, but found a stream because our updates. Three people here, so thanks a lot. What happened? I can only faintly hear it. All right, so the mic is good. I'm just gonna play it for a second so I can turn this audio off so I don't get kicked off for playing the actual race audio. What are they going to call in this Magnussen incident? I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. What? I feel so behind. I'm going through the chat. You guys are killing it. What did they actually say about Hamilton? Because I got so much crap for that on Twitter. Someone sent me a video that I can't tell is real that I'll retweet. Go check Twitter. It's unbelievable if it's real. So if that penalty actually came back, it makes sense. But I was showing the onboard. There's no way that he slowed for that yellow. But is that what they ultimately concluded? I'm trying to fix this all morning, but it sounds like that's what they came back, protested, and got the ruling. God, the reliability, yeah, it's so bad. Why is Horner talking about because it's the first race? Why would that matter? And we're only 30 laps in. That's wild. And I know there's a lag between what I'm saying and what's happening for people who have F1 TV and don't, which is the annoying part. So I'll try to be mindful of that. And I know you guys mentioned that last year, so I'll work on it. Oh, they released the video? Yeah, I was called a conspiracy theorist because everything up until the last 4 minutes was there, and all of a sudden it was magically gone. I don't get why. I'm not even going to rant just because I'm already in a bad mood, so never mind. Hopefully that bothers someone else out there in the world that now the video is available. Now, this is why I just leaned into Cranky Yankee. You guys probably are used to the stories and stuff, but all right. So we are clear on yellows. What's the... Oh, he's going to back him up, isn't he? Oh, my goodness. He's backing them up aggressively. What if what if Hamilton just Baku'd Valtteri? Oh, no. I made a bet with someone on Twitter. If Albon gets a... Oh, no, if he wins. Okay. Albon's looking good. Where are the splits? Does anyone have... Is F1 TV working for anyone yet? Let's look at... And also drop in... I'll make a note, but drop in any... As you guys are watching the stream, I only have the table up now, but if you... I think most of you have seen the interactive data, but if not, let me know. And if you want any wish fors for these streams, I can probably build it depending on what it is. It might take some time, but... Was there any contact with that spin, or was it just a Bahrain 19 spin? All right, here's the replay. Up the inside. Oh my God. That was bad. What is he thinking? It can't just be simply that he locked up. Oh, okay, I see what happened. He went... Was that Norris? Norris went for the inside move too, but That's unfortunate, but that's not a good look. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty. That was not smart. What is he thinking? If anyone has F1 TV and picked up that radio from Vettel, let me know. I would love to know what that says. Yeah, he locked up, but hardly. That's hardly the problem. God, I never know if I can cuss on these. Probably not. I'm sorry. There's no way that's a racing incident. Dude, there is no way that you're calling that a racing incident. It was a bad move. It was unfortunate, but it was still bad. To be fair, if you don't know me, I'm not actually upset. It might be a racing incident. I highly doubt it. Has Leclerc, is he just being safe? Like, has Leclerc made any mistakes? Or is he just running a good, because I got a good feeling he's going to pick up this time on Checo. Yeah, Seb definitely misjudged his injury. Hans Worst. What do you mean, Seb or Vettel? Probably not. Or sorry, Saints. Probably not. Or definitely Vettel though. Whatever your question is. Oh my God, that's a gift from the gods. No investigation. Honestly. All right, let's just not go full meltdown in the stream, but pisses me off too because I had a little fastest lap graphic. All right, whatever. No one will believe me. I'll have it for next week with all this going. If as long as the looks like the data's still good too. I'd show the car. If you guys want the car view, let me know. I might just unlock it. I know you guys hate the idea of signing up. I would too, but because there's no F1 TV, let me just go in. Not that anyone cares. Let me just go do this really quick and unlock it for everyone. Do you think they'd call team orders? I don't think they'd call team orders. I don't think they can. They could. I don't see how they would. That would be crazy. You guys are calling it so early. There's so much more race to go. Yeah, I don't think they'd call team. It's kind of like Australia last year was a little bit different, but I don't know. Like I've always said this. Again, no one cares, but Bottas. I know that how I say that bothers you guys. He when he's alone, he's really tough to beat. He really doesn't make that many mistakes. But when he gets his elbows out, he's not very good at. No matter how many clips you pull, he's not the most impressive overtaker. But alone, he's tough to beat, and I really think. Has Hamilton been catching him at all? 7:45. My data is updating quicker than theirs. Yeah, Hamilton just took out a lot in that last lap. Yeah, racecraft. I would say there's a lot baked into that cake, but racecraft, like apex hitting, his angles, his entries, he's good. Again, he's good alone, but when he has to pass other drivers, I've noticed he struggles. And I think about 2018, no wins. 2017, he was pretty good, but 18 is the one. That's why I put him. I predicted him in fifth, and people called me like that's never happened. It just happened in 2018. Is it? I'm surprised Leclerc has not caught Lando yet. Yeah, of course. Motivator Hamilton's like one of the. I would say Checo's up there too, but Hamilton in wet and managing his tires. Ricardo's actually been pretty good too. At least he's been forced to, going on these super long stints on the hards, on the C1s at Renault. These on-screen graphics are pretty cool though, huh? The how they've got the behind cam look. You'd think that they could be able to forward a 4K camera. I don't know why they won't, but that's okay. Russell in P12, dude. He honestly, let's see if what his sector times are looking like. Is he? Because I don't know if he's putting in. I don't know if he's like taking the bite out of his tire. I don't know if he's going too strong. That's just weird to see, honestly. 16, 31, 21. I mean, he's quicker than. He's going quicker than Seb in sector 2 and sector 3. Oh, it looks like on this data, the S3 is shifted over 1. Okay, yeah, so everything's shifted over 1. Sorry about that. That's annoying because now you can't see the gaps or the intervals. Okay, so let's see what Russell just put in. What's going on with Sebastian? Lap 38. Harris. Or, sorry. How do you pronounce that? Harijs. I don't want to say that wrong. Yeah, 39 now. Yeah, God, my voice cracks one more time. The graphics, they look like they come and go, but the ones on the Halo, they look really nice actually. Yeah, I wonder, Troy, I wonder how many people, because everyone's gonna say it's because it's the first race back. I don't know. I don't know if there's any validity to that though. I mean, I have no way to know. Of course, I'm just speculating, but do you think that's what it is? Oh yeah. All right. I'm not. I can't even be. You guys are the most patient human beings of all time, so I can't even be annoyed. I'm being annoying. Ooh, I need to turn that off. Shit. Not trying to get kicked off. No, I did just literally drop a few f bombs. I've never taken stream that's because it's just stream and it's not a big deal. It's just hanging out with you guys. Like I don't need to be. It doesn't need to be perfect. But now this whole thing with F1 TV. It's making me for the next one. I don't know. You guys know how I get. It's gonna piss me off enough that I'm gonna see how good I can. It's gonna be fun. I'll see how good I can make it. That's why I said for real. If you guys have any wish fors, let me know. I tweeted that last night, but I realized it didn't make any sense and no one understood what I meant. Norris, you know how I feel about Norris. I'm a huge believer in Norris. Always was. This Carlos Sainz video. Um, you said it's echoing. All right, let me know how that sounds. No, that is annoying. I'd be pissed if I was echoing. And a delay. Cool. That's helpful. Let me go see if I can fix that really quick. Yeah, these curbs are gonna tear up Lewis if he makes a mistake. One ear? How's that even possible? Well, yeah, the video's gonna lag because I'm running live stream. I'm running a data feed, a scraper through a manipulator that's automating the data and then showing that over YouTube server. Of course, it's gonna actually over OBS, then to YouTube. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit. I mean, is there a gearbox? Did they say gearbox? Oh my god! If they both is it? Can someone look that up? Is that possible? Oh shit! Oh shoot! Yeah, that would be the first ban. about now is can you hear me now? And it looks like George. That's this is heartbreaking. Ooh, what's that? What's his radio say? Oh wow, he veered off. He must have a terminal problem. Yeah, dude, I do practices. It never goes to plan. That's why it's streaming. It's the problem with running a bunch of stuff at once. But yes, I hear you. It would be annoying. I will work on it. I promise. I get it. I'd be pissed too. I'm pissed right now just with the lag on F1 TV, so I can't imagine the stream. I got you. Brake failure. Yeah, they're showing the audio. At least he wasn't going too quick. What's up with George? What are they saying actually happened with George? No, I muted it. I muted it because I'm typing on this. They're Cherry MX Blues, and they're the world's loudest keys, and they're annoying as hell. So I've got Browns coming in today. So unless you want to hear this all day, don't think so. Sorry. God, how do I turn ads off on this? This is the worst stream ever. Okay, safety, and let me know audio. By the way, let me know if it's echo or specifically, so I can fix it. This is all a test anyway. It's the first stream. Probably should have done it in practice, but oh well. Races aren't about being perfect. They're just about hanging out. Okay, how long is this safety car gonna be? Albon with the win. God. I appreciate it, Pierre. Yeah, I want to fix it though. It bothers me. Um, I know it bothers you guys. I know it's not personal. You just don't want to echo. I hear you. Let's see how much he backs off this. Let's see how much he backs up to pack here. Moss factor. What a reference. There's no way anyone knows that reference. I see your note about audio on the left, by the way. I'll try to whisper until I fix it. It sounds creepy though, like an ASMR. Green flag. We are going. Valtteri got away well. How is Albon not catching him? Oh my God, Leclerc. Another yellow? He has that Kimmy. Looks like a pass back though. I wonder if Checo, did Checo make a pass? And it looks like, did Checo make that pass under yellow? I wonder if that Kimi retirement looks like, what was that? Was that Europe? The European Grand Prix? Where his tire just exploded? Oh my God. That would be terrifying. I can already see how many video clips you think they'll make over under 7 about this. Yeah, it looks like, did he pass under yellow? It looks like. Okay. So it is Checo. What was he even doing? He was probably just doing that for safety, it looks like. Okay, that makes sense. No, it looks like he gave it back. The spot back. I doubt they investigate. There's too much stuff going on. There's no way. Look how many cars are out. What's the least amount of finishes? Is it Monaco in the rain? Yeah, the that tire rule. I just meant, did it look as dramatic? Which it kind of did. All right, 56 laps. We're at lap 15 or 15 to go. Who do you guys think? What are we seeing now? They're showing a Vettel on board, which I don't know why he doesn't have a chance. Oh, to show the Kimi tire. Yeah, Checo's not giving that back unless they make him, I suppose. Yeah, Monaco 96, that's what it was. Yeah, what if Latifi what if Latifi gets a point after all this? That might be pretty legendary. Bottas to win. I don't. Yeah, probably. Alex is on softs though. For 15, what's his can anyone pop in the tire data? How old are Alex's tires? Norris probably, I don't know why he pit, probably to put on tire, depends what color does he have on. Does he have the reds on? That's a good point. You guys probably, I can't believe no one asked for actual tires in the data. If he went to put on reds, it's probably to take a free pit with, it's not that hot. They can probably run these reds for a while. through the rest of the race. So I'm assuming he took a cheap pit, put on red so he could run quick. I don't even need to see this on board of what Verstappen's saying. His head's rocking. I guarantee he's cussing. Yeah, Albon's on the fresh reds. He's gonna this is gonna get interesting. So Lando's on brand news. Are they red? Are they the C? I guess are they technically C5? Whatever the. I don't know if they're C3, C4, C5 this week. Yeah, Checo's in trouble. I actually can't believe he's held off this long. Okay, thanks, Moss. So 9 laps. That's not that new. But if Norris just put on what? All right, so 14 laps. I mean, Norris, he can't win, but he might be in striking distance of the podium. The interval looks like, on my data, it's saying 4 seconds. Oof. If Albon makes one mistake. Yeah, Albon, if Alex is on soft, looks like Norris is on soft. I don't know. Albon doesn't typically choke in races, but that's mostly because when he chokes, it's in qualifying, so he's passing a lot of people. I've actually never seen him in this situation where he needs to hold on to a position he has. What did I tell you guys, though, about Norris? And it's one race in, but, yeah, let me just go ahead and temper that. But still, I'm telling you, Norris is going to be, he was really unlucky last year. I'm actually kind of excited to finish this Carlos video because I'll talk a lot about that. Kimmy, probably because Ganesh, probably because he brings in a ton of sponsor money. And what are they going to put in DeFree? Like, does Nick even, yeah, he probably has a super license points, I guess. That makes sense. That's stupid. All right, lap 60. Yeah, I mean, Norris and Mercs are on the hards, but they also have a inherent advantage. Checo, basically everyone behind the Mercs are not, the Mercs aren't in danger because Checo's going to back them up. He's always been a very good defensive driver. He's on older tires. He's always been a very good tire manager. Norris, though, has always been smart. He'll pick his spots. Didn't get to see too many overtaking opportunities because every time he was in a good spot last year, his car died. Yeah, I don't know, Derek. I don't know how bad. I don't know why it won't show. Probably because you cuss. I've already cussed 10 times and it won't show up. But I don't know how bad the Ferrari is just yet. But that P6 in that car, as it currently stands, is actually pretty solid. I'll be shocked if there's no way that Sergio doesn't drop back even further. That'll be highly impressive. The DNFs, I don't want to say what everyone else is going to say, which is it's a new season, it was a rush season, but because think about it like this, the precedent is set. If this is how it goes because it's a rushed season, what are we going to do the next 8 weeks? We come back here next week. Like, it's not like we're doing anything new. All these wrecks and errors and failures, they're constrained on budget. Well, not budget, but on resources. So if maybe I'm just playing surprisingly the positive person. If this is because of the rush season, I guess for fans, this will be the most entertaining season of all time. Because honestly, this race is entertaining probably because we're all annoyed about the fact that F1 TV won't work. And I had 1,000 problems, but I kind of like this. And it's probably because there's a bunch of people challenging that aren't typical. Yeah, safety cars done. Hamilton is going to stay on him. I'm surprised he's not. I'm thinking of, was that Irvine Spa 2000? Or Mika played it pretty poorly and overtook him after the restart. I'm thinking that's what he's trying to do. Because Albon did that last year too, didn't he? In Brazil. Yeah, I agree. Buddha, this is a shakedown for sure. It matters though. It's going to count, and this is going to have massive implications for the championship. Yeah, Checo's definitely in trouble. That's a fact. I doubt he foresaw 3 safety cars. All right, 62. Oh my God, unfinished business. Talk about redemption right here. He's got to be playing Brazil in his head, right? Oh my God, around the outside. Oh no! Oh my God. No way. I was just saying, no. I kind of defended Lewis a little bit last year. If you were telling me when was the last time Lewis had to fight no blue flags? That's at best rusty, right? Well, like, that's not good. I gotta see it though. Let me just stop because last time they got me in trouble. I mean, he definitely didn't have position on him. All right, let's wait. I'm not even gonna bother uploading this on board. They're just gonna take it down immediately. Oh, Lewis, that's not good. He could have yielded. Oh no. Yeah, that's. Did you see the wheel? He left it hanging out there. Did he oversteer actually? Everyone relax. But I know it's gonna be easy to say Lewis, but that looked like a little bit of an oversteer. Like you know what it reminded me of? Japan with Leclerc, where he couldn't even really do anything. Or I guess 2017, where Seb hit Hamilton on lap 1. What's Hamilton saying right now? Yeah, I don't know. There's no way they let that comment go through, but I agree. I don't know how Hamilton gets away with this. And honestly, like, I try to be fair. That didn't look good from here. It looks like he oversteered a little bit, and the front end got left. I don't think he did on purpose. I really think he oversteered. He didn't. What then? I mean, what could it have been then? Just that he was. You think he was defending the position that strongly? That I highly doubt that, because he definitely left he left it out there. I was assuming it was an accident. I kind of buy that Brazil was an accident. I don't buy the argument that because he left the door open, it's Albon's fault. But gearbox issue. Where's Fernando's? I had a karma meme. Someone drop a karma. Okay, let's see. Carlos just dropped a fast lap. Oh my gosh, 7 to go. Why is this so intense? I don't even have audio. They're not gonna black flag him, dude. Dude, Leclerc, what is happening? Oh my God. He's going to get Checo. Leclerc's going to podium after all this. Leclerc is going to get a podium. I kind of lost faith in Leclerc after Japan. Then after you guys challenged me there. He's been pretty impressive to me. But if he gets a podium out of all this. Also, what's Latifi's gap? Ugh. I doubt a podium or a points finish for Latifi's in the cards. Fastest lap Leclerc. Did anyone catch a radio to Charles? Like, why is he pushing so hard? Those yellows look good too. Oh, don't take curb. He took curb in qualifying. I was gonna do. I uploaded a little video, but it got taken down, which I'm not. It's fine, but he clipped a curb in qualifying, which is why I think that his times were so poor. He thought between 5 and 6, he messed up the front wing. Right here on the exit of this one. So I'm sure he'll stay off it right now. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I doubt they said anything, but unless this was like playing whatever. Those weird playing names they have. All right, here we go. Oh my god, I can't handle this. All right, GATs are, if you're listening, yeah, the curbs are crushing Merc right now. They're pushing too. I think Hamilton feels it. The gaps are Hamilton's just under 2.5 to Valtteri. Leclerc just moved up. Lewis gets a +5. Wait, +5. Wait. +5? Isn't the rule? Oh, that's if you finish the race. Oh, that's right. All right, if you're telling me the FIA doesn't play those games, the rule is, I believe, someone will call me out. If you finish the race or it's less than 3 laps left and there's a penalty there's a decision, it all translates to the 38C, which is the waterfalls +5 post race penalty. So they're just automatically giving him a +5, which is, I guess, right? That's the weakest punitive damage you can have. For that, that's kind of weak. 68. Checo's under a second to Leclerc, but I think that's just because he's just been passed. I don't see. I mean, Norris is 1.1. You guys said it was his tires are probably what, 7 laps old. You better hope Carlos doesn't pass Lando. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this rivalry, this friendship's going to be. They're only friendly when they're not battling for wins or for genuine position. I'm telling you, Carlos and Lando, it's going to heat up, and I'm still telling you, Lando's going to come out ahead. Them fighting though, Lando's him playing defense. He's losing a shot at catching Checo, whose tires are begging for help. All right, there we go. Lando's looks like he's pulling clear and catching. Oh, I can't watch this replay again. Lando looks like he's catching Checo. That looks like a little bit of the mechanic. You guys are watching this on board, this replay. It looks a little bit like Japan to me, not as aggressive, but he definitely left that front end out. No way, Checo. Fuck. All right, so then does he move over? Does he keep fighting Lando? That's annoying. So Lando's got to get by him right now, especially if he has a penalty. He's got nothing to, I mean, wow, how do you even, I thought they had a limiter. How do you even do that in the pit lane? Wait, is Alex stopping his car? Oh, my blood pressure. How? What? Someone catches radio? Oh my god, I just realized my stream is overclocking. Wow. Alright, what happened? Oh, he bumped him? What the hell happened with Alex? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a review. I wasn't sure, but I'm definitely gonna do onboards. I don't know how they're gonna treat my channel now that it is where it is compared to last year and how aggressive they were about it, but oh well, we'll find out. I don't know. Ooh, I'll have to see a replay of that. Is Lando pissed? I'm assuming, but that's smart of Sergio though. That is really smart. I don't know what they're gonna call, but he just turned in while he had the apex for that split second. He was clearly going to lose it. That looked a lot like last year between Charles and Max, but instead of Leclerc kind of. What? What is happening now? Is that Kvyat? This isn't real. Okay, well they're gonna finish under. No, they're not. They're not gonna finish under a safety car. He's off track. All right, here we go. Last lap, 0.6. No way Hamilton catches Bottas. He's mode party. Let's see. We've got 2 seconds to Leclerc. He's out. The only real fight we got, Carlos is gaining on Sergio. That's really at the top. If I have to see another replay. Oh, that is terrifying, actually. No way. Latifi's going to get in the points. Yeah, I know the algorithms suck, but whatever, dude. It's fine. I have the second channel, which I don't think anyone follows, so I'm just going to go hard on that because it's too small. They won't catch it. They'll probably wonder why this small channel is making that kind of content. Latifi is going. What if he fails the last lap? I guess he'd still be classified. Unbelievable. Latifi wrecks the car multiple times. I guess not wrecks, but has multiple problems. Gets a point. Matches their last year. Hamilton's closing up too. Wow. He's not going to get him, but great race. Sergio's closing up. I guess he's not closing up. Carlos probably just passed him. Lando just set a purple sector 2 this late in the race. That stinks. Norris almost had a podium, but Leclerc was too good. That's so impressive, honestly. Wait, why does... Oh, because the penalty. Right? That's right. Wow, Lando. That is right. What am I thinking? Wait, so Latifi scores. Lando's on the podium. Leclerc's on the podium. I don't even know how to react. Ten cars out. Tell me, or 9 cars out. Tell me how this is not quite Germany. I don't know. Do you guys think this is better than Germany? This seems like a better Germany by circumstance in terms of like, this feels satisfying. Not even Brazil felt that satisfying to me for Carlos. I guess it did. I don't know. Maybe it's because I want Lando for his luck to turn around. Huge day for McLaren. Honestly, I love Zach Brown. He's so American. All right. Final results. Valtteri takes... Technically, he didn't have a Grand Slam, did he? Did he lead every lap of this race? Weird race. And I had graphics, actually. I'll have it ready for next week, but let's just make do. Final results. I'll write them here. we have Valtteri P1. We've got, who was that? Leclerc P2, right? Lando snagging a podium. Unbelievable. Is he crying? I feel like he's crying. If Valtteri just got a grand slam too, my brain is fried, but I can't tell if we're overreacting, but this feels like, honestly, this feels like one of the best races we've had in a while. That's gutting for Alex. What do you do if you're Alex in this situation? Oh, that's a stupid graphic. God, that's twice in like three races. Alex has gotten knocked out of a good position by a McLaren driver. Or not by a McLaren driver. And a McLaren driver has been in an advantageous situation after. Not McLaren's fault, everyone. Relax. I'm just saying. I cannot believe Latifi just scored. Yeah, this is one of the, I'm not going to say the best race, but because I always say that in the moment when stuff like this happens, but this felt really good. Probably because Lewis didn't win. Not that I don't like when Lewis wins, but it's usually people think that's satisfying. Yeah, if Valtteri stays in front, he's tough to beat. Oh, this is so wholesome. I forgot he's got to leave his crash helmet on. I want to see if he's crying so bad. Fernando, can you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine? No, I'm not conspiracy. I'm joking, dude. Chill. But conspiracy for sure is that Lando wins a title. That's not going to happen. Well, actually, I don't even know. Can't take that helmet off without that mask. Oh no, he doesn't. Lando doesn't even get to celebrate a real podium. That sucks. I'm gonna stick around so after these celebrations, honestly, you guys can pop out. I'm gonna see if I can make a I'd ask if you guys want a review, but usually the answer in that situation is a yes. It's a leading question, but did Latifi pop out? Yeah, he did. All right. Well, I feel like an idiot. I don't know what happened, but what's his gap time to Vettel? 7 seconds? Wasn't he in 10th? I was so excited about all this. What happened to Latifi? Yeah, that was actually a 2012 race. That's a good call. I don't think champagne golden showers means what you think it means. Yeah, what happened though? I get he's 11. I can read that, but it's this is like crazy. I don't know. Did Lewis really look threatening? Honestly, did he really look that threatening throughout the race? Like, at what point did Valtteri actually look like he couldn't do this a few more times? He looked good to me. Hey, Seb's in the points. That's all that really matters after that qualifying session, at least. Imagine falling out of Q. I mean, it's not that much better, but barely overtaking a Williams, I suppose, which no one has told me. Latifi was never 11. What does that mean? All right, you guys are confusing me. Yeah, I should go make this Hamilton video right now and benefit off the search. But I got a good feeling they're going to clamp that down, which they shouldn't. F1 TV didn't work for the first half of the race. Yeah, I don't know how Latifi not only survived, he almost pulled it in, which I don't know. I give up on someone knowing what happened with Latifi, probably because everyone's watching the front, which makes perfect sense. But quietly, Leclerc. Mike should be fine, right? Latifi was definitely 10th. Latifi was for sure 10th at one point. Unless I could be an idiot. Let me. Yeah, Leclerc really did. He's earning that money. Honestly, I can't really believe he came back. He could have buried his head for real. But yeah, don't feel. Charles is Alessio 2020. I don't know if he would like that. Seb should go to Williams. There is no way that happens. I was joking about that, saying 50 million. At this point, I don't think that would happen. I don't think that they would pay 50 million for Seb. Yeah, I don't. I gotta rewatch this because Shaw getting P2, that was like pretty understated, at least from what we were watching. I don't think that. At least I don't underrate Valtteri. I think I've been pretty. I know you weren't talking about me, but I'm just answering the chats consistently. If Valtteri's alone, I really think he can win. He's so smooth when he's alone. He's not smooth when he's not alone. Of course, Lando's crying. Oh, you can. He's actually got his helmet off. Is he actually crying? Alonso and Williams. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll have a lot of stuff worked out for next week. I promise you that. But yeah, I know this was tough in the beginning, especially with F1 TV. But this was really fun, actually. I was not expecting you guys to make that fun with all this stuff going on. So I really do appreciate it. I don't know if Seb having a good race. If anything, he should have always had a chip in his shoulder because of all this stuff coming out. I wonder if the echo. I'll try getting up closer, but no, the Steam James sucked, but that's fine. It's good to be realistic. I've had worse, but didn't help the F1 TV suck. But I appreciate that. I still do want to make that better. You can't hate this season. You can't hate this season. It's so unpredictable, especially with these resources. It's looking. I don't want to jump the gun, but it's looking like this may be an issue for people. Like this may be a genuine issue, and this is only race one. Thank God we're not going to like the Netherlands. Can you imagine? They would have had to produce new tires. Yeah, we'll get Hans. We'll get everything next week. To be honest, it's a horrible excuse, but that 2017 destroyed me, and I wanted to have the Carlos video ready because I actually thought he would do worse. Thank goodness I didn't post it, but um, it will resume like normal. And I'll send you if you're on that email list. If not, that's cool too. I'll put it out somewhere. I'll try to start doing Tire Tuesday and race preview. I know a lot of people don't really want those, but kind of like I really like the Inside Line. If you don't follow that channel, go follow them. They're awesome. They do like short, like hype videos, which I really like making. I really like making short videos, which you wouldn't guess, but so I'll do that for you too. Probably Thursday. All these bot comments are getting blocked for some reason. I don't know why. Apparently, this message was too violent about smashing someone's face, but it's accurate, so I'm putting it through. Young podium. Yeah, is it Brazil, the record? 2019? This has got to be close. Wow, this actually has to be really close. How is this not the record? Oh, that is such a pathetic podium. Did you see the F3 celebrations? They still had fun. I wonder what they're gonna. They're still gonna spray champagne, right? Yeah, I actually would have changed that 17 video. Probably. I wanted it to be more of a systematic fall because I really think it started in actually 15. But yeah, I got you, Hans. I think you were here at the beginning. No F1 TV. I can't watch it. I don't even know what's happening in the race in the beginning, which sucks. But it looks like that people have been emailing asking me for the previews and stuff. So I've been doing it and writing it, but I didn't post it. But I will. I promise you. Fourth podium. That's like when they have someone from the team come on. It does look goofy though. Actually, why did they give him a podium at all? I know that it looks like there's 188 people, but for the onboard video with Albon, sorry, I'm reading these with Albon. Do you guys want a? How do you guys want those videos? Because last year I could do them in like 10 minutes, and I just kind of riff about it, or I could do it like the Weber video with Vettel, which didn't get that much attention, but that's honestly what I thought people wanted. So I don't even really know. I know this video. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this, which is my problem, not yours. But click bezel. The issue is YouTube in particular is not set up for this. For it's 4K multicam. So multicam basically is when you're switching back and forth like broadcasting. It's a big load on the server, but also when you have so much Formula One content, their bots are very picky. So getting all that up, combed, reviewed, approved, and then having some stuff taken out, they'll tell me what is wrong. Jesus, Valtteri, relax. Why is he drinking it like that? They'll tell me what's wrong. I can fix it, but um, big videos usually take a while. You see that Lando when he smashed it on the ground? That's a strong move. Yeah, between the all week, I'll do some. I'll try to blend some of the historical pieces that I've been doing. You guys like a lot, which has always been the strategy. Just this whole stuff going on right now has given me the opportunity to kind of. It's shown that people do like the history stuff a lot. So I think you guys will think it's cool, but we'll see. But I'll combine both and do race reviews also with. So next week, something that plays into kind of the narrative. Like when was the last time there were 10, 11 cars drop out, stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be more regular, I promise. Good to know, Michael. That second channel, I know I keep saying it, which is so annoying, but that second channel really will pick up. But my second channel, you can check it out if well, just wait so you don't waste your time. But I think I'm gonna do non-edited stuff, which is kind of a lot more fun for me anyway. Yeah, next week I will be here. It was I know I didn't give you guys enough time because it was broken, but I'll just assume it's not ready. Was 30 minutes? Is that going to be enough time? Do you guys want to hop on 30 minutes before? Because honestly, this was a lot more fun than watching it. So I'll assume the answer is yes, but someone shoot me a note if you want it right on the money or just like even an hour before. I know Chazza used to do that. Shout out Chazza. Yeah. Seb's crash. Yes. I mean, honestly, I I get it. That's a fine argument. Boom, but at the same time, he's paid millions of dollars. Like, I don't know. I'm notoriously never sympathetic to that stuff. If you guys have requests, if you're hanging around, I try to let me know, and I'll make note of it. Video requests, that is. Well, I guess any request. As we see, oh, Hamilton, of course. Might as well maybe not expect that one because there's no way they let me post the Hamilton one, but I'll work on it. Glad you like it, Hans. Yeah, I don't know. They let me keep it up this year. I think as it gets bigger, the channel, as we keep getting bigger, I don't know what they're going to say to me, but I built it all from scratch, so they really can't say anything. Like I said in the beginning, I'm trying to get the circuit, and so like if it's whatever, don't judge me. If that's a circuit, I'm trying to get the cars, how I've got the real-time data loading about a second slower than F1 TV. I'll try to get the cars loading. It's just really hard to program. I'm struggling, but I'll figure it out. Just because you want the stash shaved, I promise you I'm keeping it. I promise you. Oh, yeah, can you imagine Albon's radio? His last in Brazil, it was kind of sad, honestly. How, like, if you heard what he said, he was like, just wait. I actually went back and looked at that. This is annoying. Let me move this. I went back and looked at that, and what what are you looking at? That drawing. Oh, it held your comment. That makes sense. He was told to hold position for Max. I wonder if he would have left that door open in Brazil. Albon was by his by his garage. I always wondered if he would have left that door open. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week if you're hopping off. I'll be on for a little bit longer. Thanks for joining. Glad you liked it. Thanks for being patient. I know that's annoying, but it's a stream. We'll get better. But yeah, it will be a major step up next week, I promise you. Hamilton, honestly, I want to see what I didn't get to hear, obviously, because I can't hear any of this, but I want to see his immediate reaction. In Brazil, if you guys remember, he was apologizing. So I didn't hear what he said. Did he apologize after the race? Or after the incident? He'd be smart not to, of course, because it was close. But yeah, and honestly, Leclerc's podium was pretty understated. I'll probably harp on that a little bit during the video, honestly. But yeah, the 5 second penalty, given the fact that there were 4 laps and no one corrected me, so I'm assuming it's right, but I'm open. With it being, I think it's 3 laps, right? If you get a penalty in the last 3 laps, it reverts to the 38D. So then all of the penalties actually pivot, which is my problem, what I had with Japan in 2019, how they allegedly, by only me, N of 1, they strategically waited to penalize Charles so they could revert to a less strict penalty. But 5 seconds for Hamilton, and it was still in real time. That seems weak, frankly. But maybe I don't have the footage. I'm going to wait to see. Yeah, Charles really had it. Even if you don't like Leclerc, it was an incredible race. I think Seb, anyone holding on to that, yeah, I don't blame you. Anyone holding on to Seb, I don't think that he's going to be there this year. I don't know how you turn it around after that race, especially that qualifying, but I still don't know what happened with Latifi. I swear he was in 10th, but maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, Ferrari, fluke or not, it's still a podium. He was still there. That's what mattered. That's always been my argument. You got to be there to get lucky. Kvyat, got to be there. Gasly, you got to be there. Russell or Kubica, you got to be there. But Leclerc did more than just be there. He fought through the pack. It wasn't like he was a product of circumstances. I don't think anyone sees a further. I always thought Vettel was leaving because where do you go? You're a four-time world champion. You can't go down. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Tom. I'm not crazy. I can't hear the announcers, but unless my data is wrong, which means that my data is wrong, F1 TV is wrong, and it sounds like the announcers were wrong. Latifi was in 10th at some point. But then he was 7 seconds. It looks like his gap is 7 seconds. So I'll go look at the footage and keep letting me know what videos you guys want. I've got here. Get rid of this. Oh, not that. I've got Hamilton to do. I've got Seb's spin, which I guess you guys are just masochists, but I think that'll be interesting to look at. But let's see. I guess selfishly, I'll look at Latifi. Add a context F1, that drawing. Oh, that's a good one. That Lando incident with Checo. Yeah, and not only did Latifi finish 11th, he avoided so much, and even had those mistakes early. I don't necessarily call them recovering from them, but he definitely protected the car when he, maybe not at the beginning, but when he had to at the end. Yeah, driver of the day, they're definitely going to give it to Alex, of course. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but in those situations, they're always going to give it to the driver that was out. It's voter based. Speeding in the pit lane is so stupid. I don't know what he thought. It's literally the most data based monitored penalty you can get. I don't know what he thought. And they have limiters, so I don't get it. Yeah, well, it's going to be boring to look at Lando's lap because I can't show you anything. I can show you how good the lap was. I can maybe show you the sector too, but they're not going to let me post as much of a just pure outright onboard. I'll look at it though. I'll put this back up. Tires, that's a good one. I'll see if I can get tires in there. It's difficult, but I think it's possible. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but yeah, not that big of a hot take, switcher train. I guess maybe today a little bit of a hot take, but Carlos did have a good finish to the race, but he put himself in situations where he needed to. Granted, I didn't get to flash back and forth too much, but yeah, watch it on F1 TV. It's a good point. Not everyone has F1 TV, number one. And number two, if you saw from the beginning of this, it's awful. I want to like F1 TV too, but yeah, if you can, check out F1 TV. What I want to do, I'm working on it, but I have something called Soapbox. I can send links that bots can't follow. I did it once with the showing Seb. I guess everyone forgot about Seb and Stroll in 2017 in Malaysia, and it worked. It was like a 2-minute onboard video, so I'll play around with that too. Yeah, I think Albon was for sure gonna get around Hamilton. I think that's without a doubt. I don't really even need to see that on board. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Abir. Drivers being rusty. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that yet. I think it's what people are gonna say, and I don't know if it's true. Um, Haas looking like wankers again. Yeah, I don't think they ever. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. I don't know who's watching this. Someone else asked earlier which sensor issue. you guys are just getting into videos. That's fair. That's what I need to get you guys on. Just shamelessly talk to you guys because while we're here, everything you give me, I can build. So one of the things someone should think about and shoot me an email. But like a video suggestion, I have one. It's just not fun to use. So I understand that looks like crap. I wouldn't use it either. How do I make a how do I actually make a onboard or a video request page that you'd like? And Boost, you better be glad you even got the race. I think most people in this chat in the beginning didn't even have the race. I did. I wasn't. I was listening blind and trusting everyone in the chat, which is amazing. So everyone, hats off to you. With the curves, I think they were just going too high up on them. 5 and 6. Hamilton did that a little bit. Ferrari had the issue yesterday. I'm pretty sure they damaged the car. Maybe not the floor too much. Did the light just go up? But Hans, I don't want to be dismissive. Let me look into what you're talking about. I think that's as simple as that, though. Those curves were just wrecking everyone. Especially Hamilton trying to make up to Valtteri, who, like I said 1,000 times, I don't want to hear any crap. Valtteri is good alone. Very good. Not so much not alone, but Astro had just horrible. I'll fix it. Not blaming F1 TV, but trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But I can't commentate what I can't see. So it came on about halfway through, which is nice. But I'll make it. It's not an excuse. I'll fix it next time. I want to make it so I don't have to rely on F1 TV because, as you can tell, it's not trustworthy. So I'll fix it. I promise. And I promise you guys I have a lot cooler stuff pop up. So I'll do some different alerts. I had a safety car alert, which would have been cool today because I have this stream deck right here. So I'll put some cool stuff on that. F1 TV. Do you think F1 TV listens to me? Are you out of your mind? I did tell them to do I guess I tweeted it, so I have timestamp. I told them to do the 30-day free trial, and they did it 4 days later. I'm just saying. Hotstar. Oh, you just outed somebody. Forgive me, whoever. I didn't say that. They did. Blame them. Yeah. Do they actually broadcast it on Fox Sports? I didn't know that. Yeah, what Logan said. That's more eloquent than I was. Kind of like if you remember, was that the U.S. Grand Prix and Vettel, 2019? I don't even know why it's flagging curse words anymore. I've dropped 10. CJ, before you go, will you tell me what you mean? Just so be specific, like, is it echo or is it just the fact that it went in and out? I know why it went in and out. It's because I'm overclocking it. The bit rate's way too high. But I know why that's happening too, so that's okay. I can fix that. Oh, we disagree. Wow, we disagree. 100% racing incident. I don't agree with that, but I'll have to look and see. I still have to see the data. I don't know. Verstappen, there's nothing to, I guess there's really, I don't want to be heartless, but was he going to win that race? I don't really know, honestly. Him falling out does suck, but it is what it is. It's no different than anyone else. It did suck that he was that early, though. Oh, on the left side. Thank you. I was looking for that. Yeah, it's not left and right on mine. I have a giant console, but I can check some backend settings for sure, no problem. I got it. What I'll probably do, and you guys will be open to this, I'll test it because I can't look into it right now because I can't I can't get in the back end while I'm on it, but I'm sure it's there. I'll just find it and fix it. But what I'll probably do is do like a Thursday session maybe, and we'll work it out. But I promise I'll have some cool. I'll make it up to you. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Hamilton had a little bit of an understeer. Just because it's an accident doesn't make it a not penalty. I think he still left the front out. He still was being a little bit over defensive, which led to that, which is the same, I think, in Brazil. It just was more drastic for Leclerc and Verstappen. Yeah, yeah, Hans, it is the bandwidth. I know how to fix it. I can go into detail, you get bored, but it is exactly the bandwidth. You notice once F1 TV kicked in, because I'm running scrapers and data automation on the screen in this little table, and then I'm also running through OBS at HD cam, because I don't think you guys want blurry, so I can't do all that and something drop off unless I get like a super fast computer, which I just gotta work harder and make more videos and I'll get it. But there is a future in which this is absolutely perfect, so I will get there, I promise you that. Yeah, I don't, maybe not 100. I guess what do you mean by 100%? This is no doubt Lewis. I'm not saying it's as egregious. I know I get what you're saying. I do understand. It's still his fault. There's no question. In my opinion, I'm open. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying based on what I just saw, it's still his fault. It's less egregious though than Brazil. I will agree, but it's really hard not to say that he doesn't have some sort of responsibility in being overtaken to. If he understeered, I do. I think it was in error. I don't think it was malice. I don't think he pushed him, but still. Yeah, it's not about the space, dude. It's about the movement. Again, I gotta look at it, but um, I gotta look at it again. It's not really about the space. I think he looked like he not jerked. That's why I keep saying I said oversteer, but understeer. It just looks like he clipped him. Uh, Prix. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, it's my own data. That's why there's no. Otherwise, there's no way they let me leave this up. But they can't take it down. So that I've found that building stuff like this is the only way. It's kind of like what Chainbear does. How he does his own automation, which is the only way to do it. So as long as I keep growing, I can every dollar I can make, I can do that. So F1, I still say F1 TV is the best only because it's the only like they're so draconian about their content. You can't really get it anywhere else. So you don't really have an option. When it's good, it's really good. I'll say that. I'll be the first to tell you. F1 TV is great when it works. Fastball. I don't think it was about this face. That makes me want to do this video. I hate Alonso's comment all the time. You have to leave space. No, you don't have to leave space all the time. But according to the rules, and I know that's annoying. You guys know that. I like to. I'm a boomer. I read it's just what the rules say. It doesn't actually say that, but I don't know. You could be right. Let me look at it again. I don't think it's the space though. He had plenty of space. I maybe I'm being too forgiving to Hamilton. I still think it should be more than a 5, and it was his error. It wasn't Brazil for sure. I think that was pretty egregious, but I don't really think anyone's going to argue with that. Johnny, yeah, that's the boring stuff. That's the stuff that's the most fun. That's what I'm doing. That's why I quit my job to do this. But it's this stuff that takes forever. You just wouldn't think it, especially because it breaks and lags. It's hard to explain to people. But the next big win I really want to do. I've said it 3 times, but I really want to do the circuit with the cars following the circuit. It's insanely hard. I don't know how to do it, but I will figure it out. I'll have some cool stuff for next week though that isn't that, but I'll have the ticker that's more interactive. I'll put some chat features up for anyone that's new or something like that. Yeah, I heard Sky was good today. I do need to sound dead in the room. That's a good ear. You're right. Um, I will sound dead in this room when I. How about that? I'll put that as a goal. There you go. When I hit 80,000, because there's no other way I can afford something like that. But you're right. I do want to sound dead in this room. Uh, Charles, Charles race. This isn't like a the. I'm just hanging out with you guys. This isn't like the video. This isn't like the race preview. I hope you know that. But I've already talked about Charles. He surprisingly, I guess some people think I don't like Charles. I do, and well, I don't not like him. But the race today was pretty incredible. How he did it so, I guess silently is the word, but there's so much action for him to do that. I think people are calling that car a dog. It's not fully that. It's not that bad, but I was talking about this yesterday on Twitter. They had particularly poor qualifying sessions. Um, yeah, Alex, it's a good point about Hamilton. It's when people think about these penalties, it can't be emotional. I think when you see Albon, it happening again after Brazil, that doesn't weigh into the penalty. And I'm talking out the side of my mouth, but the reason why I think this is a stronger penalty. Well, first of all, what was his penalty? It was a post race penalty in Brazil, right? I don't know. I feel like the precedent for he not only he knocked him Albon out of the race, out of a strong position, which I guess even as I say that, I'm putting emotion into the penalty. So it could have been totally fine. That's why I got to look at it again. I'm just talking off cuff. I want to be fair, but I just don't like a 5 second penalty for something like that. It's true. I mean, Albon does have to finish. Oh, you're defending. Oh, I got it. I guess to your point, then I'll play devil's advocate. Albon has to finish the overtake, just like Seb. It's still on Seb in Brazil. You can't move over until that's about the only thing they say in the rules. But that was on a straight. On a curve, they're not going to be able to make a pretty major decision. I can't speak firmly because it's not in the rules, but I feel like the historic precedent has been you have to complete the overtake. Um, Despite how inevitable it may seem, he wasn't all the way through. But then we get to Turkey, Vettel and Weber. Yeah, Vettel was going to overtake Weber. Did he get over too soon? Yeah, it was inevitable. I don't think this was exactly like that, but it's pretty clear that Albon was going clear of Hamilton. I don't know. You think that's Albon defending? I think he's on the offensive. Brazil, yes, you're right. He was defending. Yeah, it's a good point also about the racing line. Oh, I appreciate it, Blue. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you. 5 seconds is the same. Such an underrated channel. Keep up the 5 seconds is the same as Perez, which definitely not equivalent. Yeah, I don't really know their justification. They're going to put it out in those letters, which are nearly impossible to find half the time. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't want to be too harsh in these videos because I always do that after the fact, and I go on and on. Again, most of you guys are new since the last season. I mean, I've got over 180 videos or something like that, but I don't want to say something and then go back and have to change, like, when I actually look at it. So I'll just say it seems light. It seems like a light penalty, but you guys are making good points. Like he didn't actually finish that overtake. He's got to complete the overtake. I still think Hamilton either accidentally or I'm not assuming the worst, but he left the front end out. He could have, like, it's not about, I guess, the right of way, the justification to take the racing line, and he can push people off if he wants. He can give him space. It wasn't unreasonable, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm mostly just backtracking because my biggest fear. I know sometimes I come across as firm. I don't want you guys. It's not with you. It's only with the FIA normally. But if I disagree, I just want you guys to know I'm listening to you. But yeah, I don't know. What I really want to see is how Seb comes back because I have defended Seb a couple times when maybe I was like, I don't know if this is the right move, but this time I don't see how he comes back from this race. It can't be he's going to be feel like he's got something to prove. That was this race. That's all season. So not delivering in this situation was tough. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are making it so I can keep this stuff up. I really couldn't do it. I promise you. I mean that. Um, yeah, I got to look at it again. Was he on the power? Oh, that's what Rosberg said. I almost immediately just go, okay. That's what Nico says. But no, I mean, to be fair, Nico's good. Um, that's a good point, though. He might have wheel spun, to be honest. He might have gotten on the power and wheel spun. I got to hear it. And it looks like that's the onboard's going to be on the back end. Ricardo, I don't know about the race pace because how early was Esteban gone? I think you're asking the wrong guy because Ricardo, I think, is someone who, in situations where he's stressed, isn't the best. And I know I'm like the only person on planet Earth, and we could talk about it all day. Well, you can do it in the comments. I'll make a video soon about that. But I think in situations, especially we have something to prove, he's going to be pushed by a teammate. We know how that goes. I'm not saying he's going to lose. Well, I am saying he is going to lose Ocon, but I'm not saying that's the only reason. But if given, Hans, to answer your question, if given the situation where Ricardo's back up there, I don't even know if he's there, frankly, is what I'm trying to say. Long-winded. Well, yeah, that's all. Definitely keeps making unforced errors, that's for sure. The reason is why. I think it's 2000. I feel fairly qualified to talk about 2017. And I don't really think that's a significantly different amount of errors a driver makes that just looked bad. They were very loud, as I said 1,000 times in that video, annoyingly. But this is ugly. This is one like in 2019 Bahrain, no one talked about. That was one of the worst spins I've ever seen in my life. What the hell? Like it's someone sneezed on him. This one was pretty bad, honestly. So I even think it's more than just he keeps making unforced errors. That seemed desperate, didn't it? That dive, you've got to know that wasn't that Norris in front of him. He's going for that, and if not, it's his call. Onboards, who's onboards? The actual onboards, basically only F1 TV. Unfortunately, I'll be doing onboards. I'll be doing like a little bit more of a rough cut at the onboards on the other channel, but I'll do official like analysis on the main channel. He did he say that? I'm Seb in the interview. I'm glad. I'm assuming you mean he only like spun one time in the race. Like is assuming he got lucky that he only spun once. That would be bad. Oh, I didn't know you were German. As I said, sneeze. I did picture baby panda. I'm not gonna lie to you. Who am I talking about? Probably, I don't know. This is 20 seconds delayed, so I was probably still talking about Seb's Bahrain spin. I believe it was Bahrain, right? Where he goes around that corner and he just spin for no reason. I don't want to have a go at him, but yeah, it's a good point. Crowd, that racing point strategy, they did muck it up. He had it. That was when Checo stayed on, right? The problem was it reminds me of China 2017 with Seb actually, where he just did. Giovinazzi came out on safety car. Like you can't expect that. How the hell is he gonna expect? What I'm saying is I understand what they went for. That's super unlucky, honestly. But still, I don't know if that's a risk worth taking. Look how it panned out. my other channel, what is it? I don't know. I haven't posted to it yet, but I'm about to, because I'm about to do the unedited podcast like this. I probably should be recording that, but I think it's Cranky Yankee News, maybe. I don't know. It's linked in the main channel. I doubt I even monetize it for a while. Yeah, I just mean Bahrain because well, not the funniest. That's not funny, but yes, Bruno, I will. I promise. I'll have I was really caught off guard with for half the race. I didn't have a race. I didn't have anything. No, F1 TV was not working for me. You are. That's a good call out though. Good point. To have the constructors, you said. I had no intention on talking after this race. I'm just doing it because there was half the race wasn't visible, so I know you guys want to talk about it. Yeah, well, for sure, dirty air was the problem in Bahrain, but everyone's got dirty air. That isn't that the point? Like understanding the environment, understanding the conditions he's in. I think he was fighting with Hamilton at the time, so he's got to know that. Um, but still, I mean, you're right. It was dirty air. So we're talking about Seb in Bahrain. I don't. That's a good question about Seb's. Someone asked. I don't want to mess your guys' names up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say Kursa or Kirka, and I'm an idiot. I know. With Seb today, is it possible he could be in a situation where if he continues, he leaves? That's a good question. I can't see Seb doing that, going out like that on principle, but it will matter. I will have a. I feel like I can. We all can have a better answer next race. But right now, it wasn't on the table. Now it kind of is. Yeah, Bahrain really was one of the worst. I, I feel like I'm having a go, so I'll leave it. But that was pretty bad. Yeah, that's a good point, Nick. That's what I was thinking too, and that's why I was like, I made that like half lukewarm comment, that half baked comment about Albon getting unlucky, because it's not just that he's unlucky. Just like in Brazil, all Hamilton had to do was wait 2 turns when he had DRS in a straightaway. Seb probably would have gotten both of them, honestly, if he didn't go for that dive. I guess he saw the opening, but I don't know. There will be a lot of memes. Matt will probably WTF1 will probably have some good ones this race. Matt, that's very forgiving. Seb being rusty, he'll be humbled. I think 2019 probably should have humbled him into this race. It's possible though, honestly. Maybe he underestimated it. He did look good. He might have been like feeling a little bit, I'd say cocky after qualifying, but he was kicked out Q2. He at one point he was ahead of Leclerc. So I don't know. I'm trying to defend him, but I just don't see how this is gonna humble him. He had all year to do that. That's surprising. Hamilton fans saying this race was amazing. It's fair. I agree 100%. There's no reason why you shouldn't. I think Hamilton fans want to see this fight, frankly. But I don't know. I'm not a Hamilton fan. Well, yeah, Glenn Hamilton definitely took out. I guess that's not that obvious. People are still arguing about it, but I agree. Hamilton definitely took out. Um, Albon Haas's failures are the least talked about thing so far. That's not good, to say the least. 2 brake failures is very, very bad. And for every mustache compliment, I'm getting hate. So if I got one person hating, I'm leaving it. Anytime you tell me to do something, I'm probably just gonna do the reverse. If it has to do with like something I'm wearing or something. Uh, I don't know. Hamilton faster. I guess that's a faster wear because again, Valtteri is so good when he's not, when he doesn't have to race someone, when he doesn't have to overtake and pass and trade. I don't know that Hamilton's that much faster in that situation. He's got to fight dirty air, of course, but he's not so much faster that he can just make up the ground and overtake him if you look at today's race. So he just has to keep beating Hamilton in qualifying, which I don't think is going to be an easy task. Hamilton's vastly improved his qualifying. Yeah, what do you guys think? I was asking that earlier. Is this better than Germany? I kind of think so. I remember doing the Brazil race live kind of like this, and it turned out to be a really good race, but I remember thinking this was one of the best races I've seen. The hat, I got it from Nike. I'm not selling these yet. I don't even know what you guys want. I just put merch up on the YouTube channel. Do you guys even see that stuff? Maybe I should put that on there. The Sound Corp, I appreciate. Yeah, I got it. I think I know the issue. It's definitely got 90% to do with how much I'm overloading the stream. But it's either, I guess I can make my picture worse, which I'll test. I'll test for you guys, don't worry. But I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I could screenshot. I just overclocked it again, the bitrate at 8,000. That's not helping the audio quality. And I'm using an Electro Voice 27, so it's already gonna be, it's already gonna take my voice pretty and manipulate it. So, oh, the stash is staying. Someone called me Nigel last year, making fun of me. I literally was like, that's not, that will be 2020. Austria over Germany. I kind of agree. I didn't like Germany because it was just, I don't like wrecks. It's not only, I'm kind of like boring like that, but that's not fun for me. I don't care that they wreck. Santucci doesn't like your comment for some reason, but I think there's no way. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Haas can stay in this situation. I don't think it's the drivers. That's something that I don't even have the energy to do. But Grosjean wasn't that bad in 2018. He was just unlucky. It's the car. So I don't know what they're gonna do because this customer model, because that's really the video I want to do, has killed Formula One. They're squeezing tighter and tighter. No aero regulation on planet Earth is going to save Formula One in this current model. So Haas doesn't. They have to just keep playing the margins. And who wants to be P5 forever? And what sponsor is going to always want to be out of not even best of the rest anymore? Oh, I'm not stressing about this dash. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. I mean, at first I wasn't taking Valtteri as a champion that serious, but I don't know. He just has to keep out qualifying Hamilton. I really do think if he's alone, he's got a shot. But yeah, Josh, it's a good. If Haas leaves, then what? I don't really think it means anything in terms of a U.S. presence in Formula One. I don't really think that matters too much anyway. But if Haas leaves, is that a domino effect for other teams to finally kind of take a look inward and say, look, is this going to pan out? Because I maintain I'll have any conversation, I'll listen to anyone, but the customer model will kill the sport. Did you just ask me that thinking I'd answer off cuff, not paying attention? I'm not answering that. Ferrari cheating with their motor was the question. I'll say I'm so careful with this one. I learned my lesson after Japan. Legally, I'll say Ferrari dropped off the pace. I probably wasted a lot of time yesterday, but just if you go listen to it yourself, I know you will because you're curious like that. Go listen to Austria 2019 and overlay Leclerc because you can't do it in F1 TV, but because he was on pole, go listen to Leclerc's pole lap and pull Leclerc's lap from this year. You can hear the revs. He's not getting up to top end as quick. You can hear it at turn 1. And you can hear it at the what's that? That it's more like just a flick at this point. I think it's 7. If you go listen to it, he can't get up to top end, and by he gets into turn 2, he's still not even in the top end till the very end. So Is it cheating? I don't know. It's not as good of a car, that's for sure. That's a fact, in my opinion, at least from what I've heard and seen in the car. But I'm just some guy. And yeah, I love this track. I think I like how short the track is, and there's so many opportunities. Well, now for errors, I didn't think there'd be this many mistakes, but I want to see someone's argument, like a good one, not just an emotional one. That the drivers are rusty. I want to see like how can we actually empirically look at this, because this would be interesting. Because if that's the case, this, like I said earlier, this season's going to be insane. The problem is, yeah, Santucci. The problem is I don't know. I hear your back, Bob. I can't fix it right now, but I did note it. Left ear. The problem is with constructors, it's much more than just like viable options, and it has to be right. Like it's got to be, how do constructors get in the sport? There has to be red tape, because there's a lot of people that are possible. But if there was someone, I agree with your take on that. I don't know that Andretti would have interest in this. It's such a money pit. You really would need some sort of road car division to make it even remotely profitable. And I think Aston got screwed over by what's going on right now. But that was a good move. If you see Lawrence snapped up like double, no, not double digit, a lot more of the percent in that situation. He's a shark. Yeah, crowd the poet. I've been saying that. I'm so hesitant about Valtteri. I don't trust it either. And I think back to 19, was that 19 Hungary? He just like fell asleep. Like what happened? Um, he seems to have those dips, which you think about Nico did not. Nico started like this. He wasn't as scruffy. Tom, what is his full channel name? I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Awesome channel. Go follow Tomo F1. He was talking about this too. Is Valtteri a Nico? And I don't know. Nico did not drive around in the daisies. Like he was on point. I don't trust it though. And yeah, I also agree. Crowd, it is pretty unforgiving. It's short, and the in terms of how bunched they're going to be for the foreseeable future, I think it's the quintessential unforgiving track. Yeah, it's a good point. Is Valtteri faster than last year? No, probably not. And what happened last year? So it depends on if he falls asleep at the wheel again. He's got to keep on it. I don't want to speculate about his personal life, any of that stuff, which people have done, but um, token ride, good point. Yeah, I I think I know the issue. I just can't open it right now. But that's I want to say that is the setting. I don't know if you're familiar. I'm in the OBS system, so I know I can edit it. So I'll fix it. I promise. I don't want to mess it up. There's already been too much problems with F1 TV and all this. Yeah, the while he may not be improving the pace, I feel the level of consistency. Yeah, that's I agree with that. If I think that's what you're saying. If Valtteri is more consistent, I do. I think if he's more consistent in 19, he's got a better shot at the title. And with a shortened season, shorter, we don't even know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know if it's McLaren benefited from a lot. Well, I guess they might have, but their car's gotten significantly better. Also true, very true, and I don't think I've said that yet. I don't think anyone said that. This is Lewis's worst track. He does historically not perform great here. I don't really think that matters, but because they did front load their car this year in terms of development, but that is true. Valtteri won here in 17, right? I think regarding McLaren's podium being right place, right time, I think that was Brazil last year. I think this year it was not. You got what was it, a 3.5, a 3.6? Lando was there. It wasn't. you know, Gasly deserves it. Sainz deserves it from Brazil. That's fine. They were there too. But Lando kind of felt like he was going to be there. He was going to make that overtake. He was going to keep fighting in all those situations that he earned the spot. So I get what you mean, probably just by way of penalty, but podium or not, the package is there. I think the package is there. I think that's especially true when you have Hamilton hitting Albon and fighting with Albon. I don't know, Pedro. I can see that Valtteri looks like different this year, but at the same time, I just if he didn't do that in qualifying, if he had had a clean qualifying, I would be with you. But it's because he didn't that I can't get over that, um, which is probably unfair, to be honest. But I just can't. I can't trust it just yet. Yeah, did he? Well, I don't know the quote on Leclerc if he did say it was undrivable, but that's not a good look. Because at some point, if I had heard that, I would have been, yeah, that makes sense. Because Leclerc was in like P6, but yeah, well, Lando definitely does. Well, I don't like using that word deserve, but it's not like it was. I don't think it was lucky, but I wouldn't call any podium lucky. So I'm with you. If he did it on purpose, that'd be stupid because he's definitely it's his front wing. That's one of the most like problem prone areas of the car, especially aerodynamically. So what was the point? Sorry, token ride. He fell off below 5 second gap and brought it back. I'm trying to follow. Oh, Lando, I believe. Kimmy, I talking to the right guy. I got. Did you even remember how horrible the reaction was to my rating of Kimmy? I think he's in the same place as Seb. I don't know why people think it's that crazy that Kimmy's going to be P18 this year. I'm telling you, Giovinazzi was so good in the second half. No one talks about it. I don't know why, and I should have done it more probably, but I don't want to speak too soon. But yeah, Giovinazzi was on the upward for sure. I still think he should be in that Ferrari seat. I don't know about fat. I guess McLaren may be faster, but I don't know. We got to see. I don't know anything about this car. That's why I don't feel comfortable yet because we just don't know too much about the car itself. A car's pace is wholly dependent on the circuit. If it's depending on the lateral load, depending on the percent in full throttle, and depending on the downforce aero, just the aero profile. I don't know that much about the car, honestly, and I should, but I always feel like things change race one. I don't know about Lewis passing Valtteri if there's no safety car. I mean, Valtteri wasn't playing that much of games, and Lewis didn't really get left at all. I guess your argument is likely dirty air, but what do you call? I don't know. I feel like I guess the intervals. Yeah. Okay, I see your point. You're saying probably the intervals of the safety cars themselves. By the time he does start to make up ground, he gets. I get it. Yeah, maybe, but it's goes out the window the second you say that because I mean Albon was clearly by or about to be by. To be fair, he wasn't, but he was about to be. Rage quits. That shouldn't be funny, but it is. He won't. I don't think he'll rage quit. It's probably contractually. If Mattia, okay, what I will say off cuff, if Mattia is that dirty to, if it's true, if he's willing to say there's a contract in the talks and there's never was, I can guarantee you that contract includes an opt out in which if you rage quit, you're not getting paid. So I don't think Vettel's leaving. He's got a kid. He's also a principled guy, at least from what we know. I don't see him quitting. It just won't go well, and he'll start racing selfish. And I thought that would turn him into a better Seb, a 2013, 2015 Seb, but limited info doesn't look like it. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, and that is a good point, by the way, Astro, about the alpha. It's not just Kimmy wasn't lucky, by the way. I'm not just riffing about how poor Kimmy was. I kind of felt this way, and the car has never seemed to be there unless they changed it. But it's not Kimmy, it's the car. He's going to be P18, but Giovinazzi's P17. No, I don't think Albon could have won that race, but he was clearly going to be on for a podium. We can disagree about Multi 21. I have very strong opinions about that and Turkey, but there's some stuff I just won't defend Seb on, and that's like today. That's so sad. Back Bob 10th after 240. I mean, think about honestly. That makes me think about Rubens. Maybe he just was never in that mindset because he's not a quad champion, but or like even Michael at Mercedes. How I don't know how you could go back like to like a Mercedes seat. Maybe if he thought that the car was going to be good, but this was crushing today and it was one race. This is why I don't think he's going to go down. He's going to retire for this reason. Yeah, Buddha. If Mattia is one bad move, it's pretty clear how I feel about Mattia. But he's one bad move away from a clown. Those Portnoy doesn't seem like the suing type, but he's getting a clown nose shirt for sure. But today I don't think was on Ferrari strategy for the most part. And 100% he's incredible technically. Again, I think two things are true at once. Mattia is incredible technical mind and leader and engineer, but to be honest, I don't know who else is pulling the strings behind the scene. So, and a really good question, GYD. For next week, it's too simple to say the same. I think a lot of people have had really good points about whether like, is this down to, I don't know how, I haven't really thought about this, but is this down to drivers being rusty? Is this lack of resources? Either way, it's an interesting conversation, but I think the answer to that, like, leads into this entire season, not just Austria, but if it is drivers being rusty, next week will be better. I don't think it's that simple, but I think this race, at least psychologically for fans and especially for drivers and teams, like you see Zach Brown today, they're on cloud nine. I'm sure they think they can't lose. So just psychologically, that's going to be massive on McLaren. So I would expect a pretty major heap of momentum. And I'm telling you, expect a more intense battle between Norris and Sainz. I've been saying that. Yeah, James Allison is an interesting one. They started having those tire issues, right? In 2017, isn't that when Allison started working on the car and left ear audio? I got it. I noted it. I can't fix it right now, but I appreciate it. I'll get it fixed. I promise. I'm just riffing. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this after the race, but I will fix it. I promise you for next week. Well, and I've kind of actually talked to Aldis about this. I don't really feel that qualified to make a video about this. I want to, but I think it's inappropriate if I do it. Someone needs to, and I feel like I would just need to connect with like Tifosi or so just like fans of Ferrari, genuine fans. But someone needs to tell the story of Mattia and Maurizio, like how all that transition happened. Someone needs to tell it, and no one has. I just don't get why. But I'm trying to get Aldis to tell it. I don't feel like I can, but someone should. No, David, I don't see Vettel going. I don't see Vettel going anywhere else. I don't know who'd want him. He can turn it around, but he's going to want what, 15 million, 20 million. It's the same problem with Alonso, but I think Alonso has a shot at Renault because if they make it an incentive-based contract, I've been saying that it's genius. They should do that, but I say genius. I'm an idiot. I don't know, but I think that it'd be smart to give Alonso $1 million a win. But they can't afford his outright contract, and no one's going to be able to afford Seb's. But even if you could, would you want him? Yeah, Leclerc. I'm sure he's got a very ironclad opt out. I'm sure it's negotiated, but if he can get out, I don't know that Mercedes is the next move though. I really don't. I think it's really easy to forget that teams lose. I will acknowledge that hybrid era is different because the customer model, which I've raged on about, but it has changed the landscape of how cars operate. But if Leclerc gets a better car, whether it's not necessarily a McLaren or something like that, but if he gets a better car, I don't know why he can't be champion sooner than later. But same with Max. What if Red Bull doesn't produce a better car? Alex said he had to cool off. Really? I've never heard him. I guess in Brazil he was pretty pissed. I've never heard him like that though. I'm gonna go back and listen to that for sure. Thanks, Farrad. I appreciate it. Farid, I'm so bad with these names. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Yeah. Even if Seb says money doesn't matter, it's about. I don't want to be harsh, but errors. What team wants that error today? I cannot see Leclerc Red Bull. I think he's smart enough to not. I mean, depending on what the next arrow, I don't. They've scrapped the arrow rules, right? Or they're talking about it. If they keep doing what they're doing, the OEMs, the constructors that are making engines are going to be the dominant ones. They already are, and they have been, and that's why I think Williams. We talked about that. Williams were forever destined for this after 2005. So you got to stick with a constructor, an engine maker. Alonso and Ocon, imagine that. Although Ocon didn't really impress that much, but frustrated with the radio. Was that Brazil, or did he apologize today? I don't, I'm not even going to comment on Danny Rick. It's not going to be positive, so you feel bad. How bad was it for Vettel? Pretty bad. Not going to lie to you. Yeah, Crofty gets so emotional about Albon. He does. He does. He reminds me actually of I was making that joke. Crofty and Albon reminds me of Murray and Damon Hill and how much he hated uh, Jacques Villeneuve and loved Damon Hill. I can still hear that radio. He like was crying when he won. Well, teams have improved, but they're not. I mean, they've improved within their own little bubble. Like no team is improving to beat Merck. At least that's my point. I'm just saying I don't. I think the teams are improving amongst each other, but there's a clear contrast. And if you look at the data, which is I want to look at that 2019 with Carlos because of this reason, the gap between the top end teams is growing, and the percent of points taken is just going more and more and more and more towards the constructors. You're not going to beat unless you're a fluke like Renault. You're not going to beat the works team, and these teams keep garnering these smaller teams and the customer model because of the spend and the sponsors. You got to change them. I could rage. I could go on and on about this. I'm not going to, but you got to change the profit model so teams can find ways to be more teams could be find little advantages. But if you keep going this route where you just buy the car like Racing Point, they're not going to beat Mercedes. So say it with your chest. That's an American reference. No, I don't think. I'll just leave because I don't like talking off cuff if it's too controversial because it always bites me in the butt. But I think Ricardo probably could have. Ricardo was a better choice than Carlos at Ferrari, but in terms of winning, I don't trust Ricardo in situations in which there's that much pressure. I think we'll see this year. And I want them both to have a good race so we can actually see it. I want him to be proven wrong too, but I don't trust him in these situations. If you look at his errors, especially like the ones he makes at his home races, even like last year. So we'll see. I'm notoriously called harsh on Sainz and Ricardo. So be forewarned. I don't have a bias, but I've pretty gone down this rabbit hole. No, it's not tainted. I've talked about this. I think a better argument could be made. I think this should be made. I don't want to make this video. In terms of like, I don't want the fallback from it. But someone should make the Fangio video. I mean, he had what, 8 races on one of his titles, so it's not that much different than we've had before. Just no one talks about it. Yeah, that Murray, that lump in my throat, that radio. I love that. Aero regs help smaller teams. Yeah, they do. They help smaller teams be like marginally better, but they don't, like, you would need something like a Lotus or I'm thinking back to even, I guess Benetton's different in 94 and 95, but you would need to give the teams an area in which they can exploit that supersedes the cash it takes to win in Formula One, because that's exactly what Chapman did. That's exactly what even like Durney did with Frank Williams after Wolf Racing. Like immediately into 80, he's already winning, and he doesn't have that much funding. I mean, he's funded with Patrick Head, but I don't really think that you have to change things like that. You have to offer major advantages. Right now, it's a game of tiny margins. Who's going to find this sliver? That's how I explain it. Like Das, what lasted 5 seconds from someone on Twitter? If this was 1980, it'd last 3 seasons. So the margins they're playing for are razor thin. And unless you have millions of dollars to find half a... Look, we're making arguments about Das. What's that really going to do for the car, though? And if it does, is it worth it to develop? Sour Grapes Ferrari will say no, but I just think that they just got beaten to it. I just don't think it's going to help that much. Anyways, clearly you can tell I really want to make a video about that. I think the smaller teams are helped, but not in the long term and not in a major way. Like Williams will always be Williams that we see now. They had a shot kind of in 2014, but Haas after the race. Yeah, by the way, Braun. Yeah, that's a good point. A little bit different because that's ironically they spent the most on a car, but still, that is a good point. Red Bull would have caught them, and they probably had the better car 2009 at the end. But Haas after the race, same before, they've always been in trouble for the same reasons as I've been talking about. Same with Alpha. What is McLaren doing different, though? Is it driver or is it the car? Because McLaren's gotten something right. Yeah, Das is banned. But the point was, it takes, they're going to let it go for this season, which I'm not going to lie, I'm actually surprised. There's something we don't know, but it's clearly fine. But the point is what? It got found after 5 minutes and then banned for the next season. I mean, you've got things like traction control, or you've got like some of PK's titles. Oh, where is it? Some of PK's titles he's got on cars that are clearly illegal, and even Alonso with launch control. Well, highly, I don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers, but Alonso's 2005 car I think is questionable. It's not his fault, but questionable. You still have cars that are lasting. Das was snipped out, and they, I think, graciously gave it to him for this season. Yeah, that 2018, are you thinking Melbourne? Or as I get yelled at, Melbourne. That's a tough pill to swallow if you're a Haas fan today. I'm more of a Shadow fan than a Haas fan. I don't know why you have a problem with Honestly, I think Grosjean's quick. I'm an idiot, though. I know. I don't know why. I think it's just because so many people say he's slow, but I don't have a problem with either of them. But they definitely don't have the car. That's a fact. Yeah, I think if you watch any of, you're always, don't let people trick you. You're always qualified to talk about a race. But it was a good one. I think if the fact that there's still 235 people still talking about a race, with the fact that it's probably annoying as hell in your ear, one ear. The six-wheel car, I just saw that flash up. You know how bad I wanted to write that story? No one would care, but how fun that story is. I'm actually writing it down. Did you know that that was not the first time that a six-wheel car was in motorsports? They copied Americans. That was my angle, which would get destroyed, but whatever. Uh, honestly, well, I forget I'm on video, not on Twitter. Loop, your comment about Grosjean is accurate. I will say that. That's what I'll say. Not the kind of guy you want to make long periods of extended contact with, like direct eye contact with. I don't know why, but yeah, it's not even DOS is good. It's just the fact that it's an edge. The fact that teams have to fight for something like this. That's it. Like, that's crazy to me. I think Magnussen is just, I mean, I need data, but I don't know that dangerous is the word. He is less forgiving on, I think he's more strict to the rules. Honestly, you have to overtake someone to have the position. I'm actually okay with that, which is weird. People, I mean, probably wouldn't think that, but that's why I actually don't like PK and at the same time like him as a driver. I don't like Alonso in terms of what he's involved with, but I like him as a racer. I really don't have an opinion on Magnussen, but I do see why people wouldn't like him. But I do like that aspect. But I could see where you're coming from for sure. Yeah, it didn't exist for long, that six-wheel car, but it did. It did have its roots somewhere else. I'm just gonna pretend that that's like a. No one cares. I'm not even gonna get that in my head. Only me and you care right now, so probably won't make that a video. But it is a cool story. Zach, no idea. I'm just hanging out. I keep forgetting this is a stream. Honestly, whatever. Half the race didn't work, and this is fun. Probably, I don't know. That's probably right. Let's put a time on it. 15. So let's say. Oh, the race is very over, my friend. I'm just hanging out. Here, let's do this. This gives me so many ideas about next week, though, what to add and stuff. Yeah, I don't. Then it kind of feel like we're on like a couch or something. We're social distancing. All right, here we go. Oh, fuck. Ooh, I should probably stop cussing. All right, there we go. I'll leave the data up in case. Well, let's call it 5 minutes. God, I'm so old. Where's the timer on? There we go. All right, this is not. I thought that was going to be way more efficient. Whatever. The race I caught. I turned it on I turned it on my headphones probably like lap 5, and then I got a lot of people explained what happened in the beginning. So not too much, but more than I wanted to, for sure. So I'll have to talk with you guys some more about any of the opening lap stuff I need to know. Was the Mercedes problem fake? I don't know. What do you mean? Was it? All I just saw a flash up while I fixed this was the aero bit of the car and understood, and I think I know you're talking about Grosjean. I look like an idiot right now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I definitely probably will do these post race because they're fun. And it kind of actually gives me like a pulse of what you guys are thinking. I don't like making content unless you know, unless I know what you guys care about. It's not fun for me. So I do wish I missed all of those radios, which sucks. I do wish I heard those. Like I heard a lot about that radio over to them to box, which is also the surprising thing because the cars were very cautious, but at the same time you had the situation with Albon. So I wonder how confident Hamilton was if Albon got by. I wonder how big that Mercedes problem is. It's a gearbox, right? I didn't actually hear the radio, but I'm assuming it's probably a gearbox problem. Oh man, downhill. I mean, I've like made a 50-minute video about that. Probably 1997 downhill for Williams. 97 when the Concords in 97 losing Newey, losing basically their whole rights, all the way they made money in the sponsorship, big tobacco, then BMW for sure. Leaving with BMW was a bad one. Losing Rosberg, really they had no choice though. What do I think about helping? I can immediately say I don't like that idea, which is the problem. Bad person to ask. I don't like the idea of helping a smaller team just for the sake of it. To be honest with you, it doesn't feel. It's setting a dangerous precedent. That's why I think the BOP stuff was a bad idea to begin with. I don't think they'll go through with it. I think they have to make major. I'm way too conservative about this though. I think they have to, or opposite. Sorry, probably liberal about this. I think they need to change the sport wildly. So helping small teams is not going to do it. Like with supercomputers, you need way more than that. Anything else is just a dent. You might as well just overhaul. I don't know what that looks like, so I'm just complaining for nothing. So I'll stop. But like the shirt, I don't even know. I put it on Teespring. It's too small. Now that I see it on camera, I have to go back and fix that so no one buy it. Not that you were going to, but let me make it bigger. Yeah, we got 90 seconds, but I'll see you guys. I'll probably be on 30 minutes early, and I will promise you, I will have it fixed. I will have it better. I'll have a lot more cool stuff, actually. With or without F1 TV. Brian. Yeah, most teams, midfield teams buy a lot of their parts. They have an approved parts list. So like it's not quite that we know of. It's public information. It's not quite as strong as the 2020 Racing Point, which is basically the gearbox, everything from 2018. As a constructor, the rules say you have to have a chassis. That's it. You have to make your own chassis for sure. So that can't be copied. It can be modeled, but it can't be copied. Haas was famously pretty close to the Ferrari of 17 guys maybe. So they're gonna be talking, a little bit hypocritically if they say much, but Racing Point is definitely a little bit too far in my opinion. Not illegally, not unfairly, just for my own liking. I don't like how far they went with copying them, but yeah, that's basically how they build their car. They buy most of the parts from the works team, and they build their own chassis, which means they'll never beat the works team unless you're Red Bull. Yeah, Williams is a branding investment, if anything. Uh, I stream. Last year, I did every single round. I just didn't get any. No one had mentioned they wanted that, but I think it's because with all the stuff going on, people probably didn't even know what my channel was anymore. But I probably will go back to at least streaming FP3, at least FP3 and qualifying in the race. I like streaming FP2 because the quality in race sim. So be on the lookout, definitely on Saturdays and Sundays. But other than that, I try not to. I'll stream on the other channel, but it'll be off cuff. I won't edit it. I'll just talk like this. I like this stuff more. That's why I'm still here. Do I think Racing Point's action is in the spirit of innovation? I think you're romanticizing F1 too much. I think it's fair. I think you're right to think that way. The answer is obviously no. It's not in the spirit of innovation. It's in the spirit of business. But I've always been kind of like cynical about that and jaded. F1 is a business. It always has been. It always will be, and that's why it's in trouble. But what they did was smart. If they need to rapid engineer results, I think there was a purpose to it, though. I'll say that. I don't think Racing Point's plan is this. I think they did it to get results. And from that end, I think it's smart. I truly think that the Aston Martin, the whole goal was to make their own engine. I really do. And I still kind of do, but it's kind of slowing. I still think that they were going to be able to produce it pretty quickly. If you look at Stroll's moves in that deal, he's buying like basically as much as he can. He's renegotiating. So I do think they're going to have a new engine. He's got footholds in the sport. If anyone is a new constructor that makes engines that can change everything, it will be Racing Point. I agree it's expensive, but think about it, given the situation right now, and then you look at all the moves they've been doing. So they kind of put the kibosh. They killed all the, for now, they put a pause on all of the electric cars, which is weird. So Stroll decided to pause all that and focus away from that on supercars. Sounds kind of like he's trying to build that like brand equity. Like, why would you do that unless you're trying, like I think he wants to parlay the Formula One team into the road car division to fund the operation. If it's successful, the problem is we are in a major economic downturn. He's got little chance at being able to do that, which is why I think he bought more of the company. I know they buy most of their car from Mercedes, but they have been pushing that car, and I just thought it was really shocking. They moved away from electric. The only reason I could think of was that he was trying to push engine manufacturing closer to, and obviously, take this with a grain of salt, but closer to Ferrari. It's that American OEM, that 65 mentality, win Sunday, sell Monday. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's true. Um, I don't know. Where should have Checo finished? He finished where he did. I think he had the pace for what he had. I kind of think he's always has punched above his weight in that car, and I think this year's no different. So, had he gone into the pits, that changes things a lot because you also have the safety car periods. You've got other situations. It was just a bad strategy. That's all I'm pretty comfortable saying. Other than that, I don't know. Things changed depending on what happened. He had good pace though. That dude, Astros. That's like my dream content. I don't know how to do it because no one's done it. Like alternative history. I actually hesitant to say that, but this is buried deep in a stream. That's something I'm like working big time on. Is like, what if Seb never left Red Bull? What if Hamilton never left McLaren? It's really fun. It's just you have to be careful. But that's a really good one you just brought up. I don't know about Checo choking. He got screwed by the strat. Well, I don't want to put it on the team either. It's just kind of unlucky. All right, you guys. I will see you next week. I just realized I need to go make this video. Basically, I feel like I just did. But I'll see you guys next week. Pop on. You'll see me. I will be a man of my word. It'll be better. But that was fun. Appreciate you guys sticking around. I'll see you soon.